very title of this topic, you can see that these symptoms are really something that we can do something about, right? Because, and I hope that you expect that in this morning session, I'm going to give you the things that, the reasons why this is happening and exactly what you can do about it, because it doesn't need to be this way. It's very, very common, but it doesn't need to be this way. PMS and heavy bleeding and problems with the skin like acne and all these symptoms of all these cyclic symptoms that you may be experiencing are all symptoms of a loaded liver. Okay, so I really want to help you understand what it is that's causing that, and a couple of things that you can do straight away that will really help significantly with de-stressing and reducing some of those liver loaders, so that you can start to experience feeling good monthly. Okay, feeling good monthly. So, ladies, this really is for you today. Now, the two areas that I do specialize in are hormone health and health coaching. If you are joining us for the first time, then welcome. Okay, so let's talk about what the actual problem is, being the liver. Now, there are two phases of detoxification that everything needs to move through when it comes to the liver actually doing its job. And most people don't realize what detoxification actually is. All right, when I ask my clients what is detoxification, generally the answers I get are to do with elimination. Okay, are to do with doing. I remember a time where a lot of people were asking about the lemon detox diet. So it's about how quickly the body can excrete, all right? So through your bowels and through the skin and so forth. But what a lot of people don't realize about detox is that detox just means to convert, okay? So to convert into a different form. And the liver that's the liver's job, all right? Detoxing, converting things to a different form, the liver is doing 100% of the time, 365 days a year, okay? So 100% of the time. It is in conversion mode. So whether it be that your liver is detoxing synthetics, or whether it be that it is detoxing or converting protein so that you can, so that your body can use the amino acids, whether your body is detoxing / converting hormones, whether it be that your body is detoxing or converting fat in order for you to excrete it, or for your body to be able to use it, say, for example, in the production of making hormones. Okay, so there are a lot of things that the liver has to convert into a different form for your body, either to be able to use it or to be able to excrete it. But nothing can really happen if the liver is not doing its job in one of the areas that you're having problems with. And in relation to today's topic, it's the conversion of hormones, okay? And even more specifically than that, it's actually a problem with estrogen, all right? It's a problem with estrogen. When our ovaries are producing the two sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone, you never have a problem with progesterone being dominant. Progesterone is the hormone that makes us feel good and feel happy, and estrogen is the hormone that makes us feel sexy and feel, like sexy, if you know what I mean. And when progesterone and estrogen are imbalanced, then we really start to see quite a lot of problems. That can either be from the ovaries making too much estrogen and therefore not enough progesterone, or it can be purely from the fact that the liver is not actually prioritizing the conversion of estrogen, therefore it is building up in the body. Okay, but regardless of which one of those two it actually is, whether it's a dysfunction with your actual ovaries or whether it's a buildup of estrogen in the body, estrogen is the common denominator, is the common problem in both those scenarios. All right, and so the solutions here will apply to whether you fall into either of those categories or both. All right, so here's the thing. I mentioned before there are two detoxification pathways that things must move through as it is going through the liver. And we call those phase 1 and phase 2. Now, both phases need specific nutrients in order for them to be able to do their job properly. And when the liver gets enough of those nutrients, it's able to make enough enzymes, and that is going to determine the rate that whatever is needing to be detoxed is able to be converted and moved right on through. Okay, did you get that? The liver needs nutrients, and that determines the amount of enzymes it can produce, which is going to determine the rate at which things that need to be detoxed, including estrogen, can move through. All right? So if you're not getting enough nutrients in phase 1 or phase 2, then what happens is that the liver gets loaded, all right? So imagine that it gets blocked, and it's only going, and the liver is going to prioritize in order of threat, okay, in order of threat. Now, things that the body and the liver would view as a threat are anything synthetic, all right, are things that are synthetics and artificial. Those are what are a threat to your body in the bloodstream. And so the liver will prioritize those things every single time over something like a hormone, okay, over something like estrogen. So estrogen is recognizable by the body. Your ovaries make it. It knows what it is. And so if it's not able, if the liver is so loaded that it's not able to prioritize the conversion, it's not getting enough nutrients to be able to produce enough enzymes to be able to prioritize converting estrogen, then what happens is that the liver partially converts it, but then it sees it's not a priority, so it spits it back out into the bloodstream, and now it's half cooked. Okay, it's like partially converted estrogen, and therein lies the problem. Okay, therein lies the problem with PMS, especially heavy bleeding, cramping, and all of those other symptoms. And so the solution is in nutrients to the liver. Okay, the solution is in nutrients to the liver so that it can start to, it can allow room, start to prioritize the conversion of this hormone called estrogen. Now, I can totally relate, all right? I can relate to this so much because this was a problem that I had both. I had problems with my ovaries, but also I'm estrogen dominant. And so my body creates a lot of estrogen. And so for the longest time, the place that I was accumulating fat and a cellulite fat was around my legs and my thighs and my buttocks. And it was incredibly annoying, not to mention the fact that every time that time of the month rolled around, I'd have the worst cravings ever. I'd have for dairy and ice cream and cream and chocolate, like the worst, like clockwork. I had really bad cellulite. I was always tired. I had really bad skin up on my forehead and on my cheeks and on my chin. That always seemed to get worse during when I was menstruating. I got really heavy periods. You know, there was this list after list of symptoms that I could roll off to you that I was experiencing that all improved every single month as soon as I learnt about the liver. Okay, that improved every month as soon as I learned about the liver. So here are the things that you can do. Here are the things that you can do right away that will start to improve those symptoms, and then you'll be able to start to feel like a human being, start to feel better when that time of the month rolls around again. All right, so the first thing that the liver really, really loves is your green, your brassica family of vegetables. All right, so in there are mostly green things, but there are some exceptions, like for example cauliflower. The liver really loves. It loves spinach and kale, Brussels sprouts, things that are bitter and green. So what I would do is I would actually blend these into a smoothie. All right, and I would, because it's really difficult to get the quantity that you need when you're just eating it. And so what I would do is I would blend them into my smoothie, plus I would have them in my salads when I would have salads. in my day. So I really started to prioritize those kinds of vegetables. Broccoli, I'd make a lot of broccoli salads. All right, so raw broccoli salads. Those kinds of vegetables in the brassica family are best consumed raw or very, very lightly cooked. All right, another one is, the liver really likes sulfur. All right, so we get those from onions and garlic, and so as much, and eggs, and so as much as possible, I would try and add those into my diet. All right, so when I would roast up a whole bunch of veggies, I would roast up broccoli, and I would roast garlic, and garlic little shallots in there. But most of the time, I'm going for those kinds of vegetables raw. So I would try have them as much as possible raw, but really just getting in as much as you possibly can in the day is key. What else have I got here? Beetroot. Beetroot's also really, really good. The nutrients in beetroot, and that there's quite a lot of iron in there, will help fortify the blood, which is important for us, right? If you're experiencing these symptoms as well. So those are the things that you can have in terms of vegetables that I would be prioritizing. Now, in terms of supplements, what I would recommend, there's one particular ingredient that you can really look out for, and it's milk thistle. Right, milk thistle, the liver loves it, and that's one nutrient that I would recommend. There is a supplement that I used and still use, because now that I know about the liver like I do, I mean, it's my best friend. And so if you want access to that supplement, then you want to contact me through my website, and I can have it shipped out to you. It's called HEPA Plus. All right, so just send me a message and I'll ship it out to you. There also fish oil. I would recommend fish oil. You're looking for at least 2 grams a day. All right, now you should get that 1 gram in the morning, 1 gram in the evening, but you can actually have about 6 to 8 a day. All right, now really what's important is just whatever you can afford to maintain on an ongoing basis for about a month to see maximum results on an ongoing basis. But if you are able to do something about it for a month, then anywhere to 6 to 8 is really going to give you great benefit. Okay, but as little as 1 in the morning and 1 in the night, so that's 2 grams. So those are the things that I did, and that I really put my focus and attention on, that gave me a great result. When I was in the key phases of my weight loss journey. All right, so I thought I'd just share that with you. I hope that you really got some value out of that. I really hope that a couple of those things really stood out for you. I thought I'd just leave this one more thing till the end, okay? Because of all the things that I've given you to do, all right, which are super helpful, of all those things that I've given you to do, here's one of the last things that will actually do much more than what you will realize. All right, it's taking away synthetics. Okay, taking away things that actually load the liver. Remember that the liver prioritizes synthetic things. So things that you use on your skin, like I changed my whole skincare to paraben free. All right, now these days you don't have to compromise on quality. All right, so I changed my whole skincare regime. I went through my house and changed what I was washing my hands with and brushing my teeth with and washing my hair with. And when I color my hair now, nothing goes on scalp. Like there were quite a few changes that I made to the things that I would do daily with synthetics, because as women, you know, with the makeup that we apply and the moisturizers that we use and all of those things, we're averaging about 9 to 12 products a day that we put on our skin. 9 to 12 products a day, that's a lot. Your skin's the largest organ in your body, so whatever's going to go on your skin is going to beeline it straight to the liver in order for the liver to convert, and it prioritizes those things over estrogen, because estrogen is recognizable, the body makes it, but synthetics are not. So that is it. That's it for today. I really hope that you guys got some value from that. If you feel like there are other women that you know that could really do with this message, then feel free to share. And the way that you do that is by swiping up or swiping to the right of your screen. All right, and so when you do that, it'll give you the option to share to your other Periscope followers or to share using Facebook. If you want to reach out to me and ask me any specific questions, you can do that through my website. On the website, on the homepage, there's also the body type quiz. And the body type quiz is really, really good because it'll ask you a bunch of symptoms that you're experiencing, and then based on the accumulation of those symptoms, it'll tell you which is the dominant hormone imbalance. Okay, so feel free to take that body type quiz on our website, which is generationhealth.co.nz. It's www.generationhealth.co.nz. All right, have a fantastic day, ladies. See you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.